2 cast. Today we've got a 2 versus 2 matchup featuring the Co-opolypse mod. This has been a very highly requested mod, so I'm stoked that we got our hands on another replay. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams. Team number 1 spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map. It's our orange Stetman player Crazy Mouse, who is the developer of this mod. Big shout out to you. With his ally spawning just below him, it's our red Zagara player AF Raptor. Going up against team number 2, spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, it's our red Minsk player Rasputin. With his ally spawning just above him, it's our teal Phoenix player Shoe Booty. That's a pretty funny name. And real quick, I have an exciting announcement. I just opened up my Patreon for those who want to personally support me. It will give you early access to all my videos as well as access to polls requesting me to cover specific kind of mods, as well as bi-weekly live streams and a whole lot more. But if that's not something you're able to do, no worries. If you made it to this video, just know I appreciate each and every one of you. Back to the show. The Legionnaire running across the map by our Phoenix player. Oh man, getting upgraded here as well. It has Avenging Protocol right now, allowing it to move and attack faster, attacking the hatchery in the natural base location for our Zagara player, AF Raptor. AF Raptor has decided to let this thing finish. The Zerglings, though, running in to try and attack Caldalis. Oh man, if Shoe Booty decided to focus fire the hatchery, he could totally take it out. At the same time, though, how many kills does Caldalis have right now? 22 kills. This is insane. Zagara is now on the map as well as Gary. Phoenix, though, coming in to try and do some damage, ultimately going down. The hatchery is saved. The Zagara player, AF Raptor, able to save the hatchery just barely. I'm telling you, man, if Shoe Booty decided to focus fire this thing, that would be it anyway. We got Talus here as well. Caldalis is back on the field. Oh, and what is that? It looks like Shoe Booty, our Phoenix player, does have a thirst trap for an icon here. That is actually hilarious. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get mad at me for that. Anyway, what else do we have? Minsk with the Aegis Guard. I mean, Rasputin. I'm trying hard to call them by their player names, but then I just read it, you know, so I'm reading it so fast. I'm like, oh, it's Minsk. No, it's not. It's Rasputin. With the Aegis Guard here. Not bad at all. The supply bunker as well. This is going to be a really weird game. I should say, though, that there have been some changes to our heroes or our co-op commanders, because the Stedalite is now something that can be killed. As you can see, it has 5 HP. So I believe in the actual co-op commander version, like the actual co-op game, this is something that cannot be killed. It kind of just gets depowered for a while. No. In this case, because it is player versus player, this would be like a permanent creep tumor, and this is actually something I mentioned in my first cast featuring the Co-opolypse mod. This is like a permanent creep tumor, so that's straight up broken, but no, it has been updated. Great attention to detail by Crazy Mouse. I mean, this is still a work in progress. This is a very, very fresh mod as far as I know. Anyway, Zagara here chilling with Gary. They're just having a good time vibing. Probably going to crack a few beers or something. It's pretty quiet right now. I could crack a beer right now if I wasn't casting. If I did, that would be kind of funny. I feel like a drunk cast could be fun. I would have to do it on a weekend, though, because a hangover at my age is a clinical event, and it could legitimately send me to the hospital. And I would say I'm exaggerating, but I've had moments in my kind of mid-adult life that I thought I was going to die from a hangover. So that is something that would have to be voted on, and I would have to do that on a weekend, absolutely, because it would take me straight up 2 days to recover from that. Anyway, the Imperial Witness here, it is our detection unit. One other thing I should mention, though, about this mod is we can't see kind of the top bar abilities, but if I go into the POV for a player, for example, Phoenix, I can now see the abilities. So we have Arbiter Suit, we have Dragoon Suit, we have the Praetor Armor Suit as well. Anyway, some action here. Super Gary trying to do some damage. I like the rank Super Best Friend now. It's not just Best Friend, it's Super Best Friend. Trying to attack Shoe Booty, our Phoenix player. But these units here, I mean, this looks pretty strong compared to just Gary and Zagara. I gotta say, But Zagara does have abilities that allow her to kind of basically summon units, as we can see on the bottom right here. The Zerglings, though, running in, and they are super fast Zerglings trying to do some damage to these Protoss units, and a lot of them actually going down, I feel like, but all the Zerglings are also going down. Kaldalis and Tal'Darim are running away. Meanwhile, Rasputin, our Minx player, was kind of biding his time just a little bit. Super Gary activating these Stedalites. I don't know actually if Super Gary activates them. That is something I don't know for a fact, but that was crazy. A giant nuke in the middle of all of this stuff. That was probably from our Minsk player. Let's see if we can get him. Okay, here we go. What was that? Nuclear annihilation. Yup, that is absolutely outrageous, and that was a big pickup, I feel like, for our team on the top left-hand side. A lot of these Zerglings just instantly going down. What even is that? Okay, it's from Phoenix using the solar cannon ability. Okay, yup, that was crazy. He could still use it, I think. Yup. Kaldalis is almost dead with 100 kills right now. Phoenix with 117 kills. The team on the bottom right-hand side is kind of being pushed on their heels right now. This macro hatchery here will likely go down. These super speed Zerglings, though, running to their deaths immediately. We also have the Mecha Zerglings from Stetman here to push this army back, and it's kind of working. But if it's just Zerglings, there's not much that can be done. Gary here, Super Gary, coming in to try and attack, but getting stasis to buy a Phoenix. The fact that Phoenix has so many different forms is confusing but awesome at the same time. I don't play co-op at all. I was always about the PvP when I played StarCraft. Now most of my StarCrafting is casting, so I'm not super familiar with these versions of the races, or with the co-op commanders, I should say. But this is insane. Stetman here with the Mecha Zerglings and Super Gary able to push back the army with the help of Zagara as well. And those summoned units, as we can see, some of them did just despawn. And what is this? Mecha Ravager eggs. Was that thrown down by Stetman? Wait a minute. Interesting. Either way, that is pretty cool. I like how Stetman is Mechazerg, like you're just playing a Mechazerg race. Super cool. I also really like the design of Gary with the hand on his on the chassis. That's also pretty cool. Anyway, some action here in the middle of the map, and by the middle of the map I mean the top left hand side of the map, against the team here. Against what team? This is like team number 1 or 2. I didn't really call them team number 1 or 2, I don't think. Against the team in the top left-hand side of the map. Oh, man, some Zerglings here as well. Zagara being left alone, though. Crazy Mouse deciding to retreat. The Warbringer here with 4 kills for the time being will push Zagara out of this base. And I guess Stetman, Crazy Mouse, I should say, deciding to run back and wait on reinforcements. Meanwhile, a bunch of super speed Zerglings destroying the Colossus, as well as our Zealot equivalent. What was that? Tal'Darim, I think? And Phoenix morphing into an air unit, into an Arbiter. Oh, man, forcing the Zerglings to retreat. That was a good move by our Zagara player. Shoe booty, though, with the slow warping of Legionnaires. Either way, though, I mean, look at these. These things look crazy. They do have 100 shields and 200 HP. How much damage do they do? 18. That's not bad at all. They will go down virtually instantly, though, to these Zerglings. I almost called them super speed Zerglings again, but that was just such a mouthful. And the Arbiter cloaking them. The Zerglings kind of just chilling. I would just run these away, man. Yep, there we go. Running them away, kinda. And maybe morph them into Banelings? I don't know. I don't even know if it's worth it at that point. The troopers here, though, for our Minx player, Rasputin, loading up into this Imperial Intercessor. Man, what a mouthful of a name that unit is. A lot of action here, though. Stepman coming in to reinforce the Zagara army. Oh, man, and the Super Gary with 1,000 HP, by the way, is going to be a force to be reckoned with, I feel like. A lot of the Protoss units going down. Phoenix going down. Tildarin going down. And here we go. Pride of the Augustrad is here to do some damage potentially. Where did it warp, though, is the question. I'm not so sure. I'm trying to find it on the map, but I also want to keep my eyes on the action. Phoenix once again warping in, putting stasis on Super Gary. What a bold move. The Pride of the Augustrad, though, is very, very close to death. I mean, 63 HP out of 1,000. Super Gary could easily snipe that, but Stepman deciding to fly it back home. Or Crazy Mouse, I should say, flying it back home. This base, though, the natural base, ultimately getting sniped. Carriers on the way as well, and excuse me, I did not have the production tab open. That is on me. More stasis units here. The Scourges kind of stuck, but a lot more Scourges sniping Phoenix and sniping the Colossus. Great move. The fact that Augustrad is still alive is actually hilarious. Will it get sniped by these Scourges, though? I mean, going for the Scourge after seeing the carriers is a great move by AF Raptor, I gotta say. AF Raptor, by the way, is our Zagara player, in case you're having trouble keeping track of everybody. And the Banelings, the purple Banelings. Super, super cool looking, man. Taking a look at what the Stepman player's up to, he's macroing up just a bit more. This is a lot of stuff, though. Mecha Corruptors, oh boy. That is going to be rough for the team on the top left-hand side to deal with. Oh, man, I don't know if those were Banelings or what, but a lot of ground units going down. 2 of these battle cruiser equivalents going down. This carrier here, still alive, has 500 out of 600 HP left. And another carrier here as well. This one is our, like, hero carrier, by the way. It's just slightly bigger. Man, the carriers with the Phoenix skin, that is super cool looking, man. This reminds me of something from, like, Elite Dangerous. Another big engagement here, though. These Zerg units are just a force to be reckoned with. I will say, this looks and feels a lot more balanced than my first Coapocalypse cast. I will say that. This looks a lot cleaner. Shoe Booty throwing out the GG. Crazy Mouse